Welcome back one last time to my playthrough at the LDC number 32 contest levels, and we go over my levels and what I intended for them. So we start off with my Route 1s, and here we have Route 19. Oh yes, a hardcore molten problem. And yes, this uses Dexter's Horde tiles out here, which he released earlier this year. And I knew that I wanted to use the Horde tile set, to make a level for this LDC. And so, for my very first time using this tile set, it was pretty difficult, but I think in the end I managed it okay. Granted, some things probably could have been done a bit better, but well. I think this turned out to be quite alright. Yeah, and I have gotten some praise here. Yeah, as to the levels that I was able to make here. Yeah, with the tile set. So here we have a 99 release rate. Yeah, the crowd is perfectly contained for the time being. And around the halfway point of the crowd, I go ahead and start bashing to the left. Yeah, this turns everyone around in time, before the basher finishes. And so, the basher is going to go on ahead and become a slider here. And he will shimmy on to go on over here. Now, I go ahead and make the third lemming block and send 2 more lemmings out to the left. And they will become sliders. One of them will become a shimmier, while the other one will just drop down. Yeah, and this is the safe drop for sliders. Yeah, but everyone else, who is not a slider, they will splat. And so we need to go ahead and build here in order to make this platform. Okay, and then once the builder bridge reaches over, I'm going to go ahead and stop him by making him stack in order to make a turnaround so that nobody falls down here and walks into the trap later on. Okay, and then go ahead and make him bash through the block here. And because he is a slider, we're going to go ahead and prevent that, making him dig. Okay, first one to reach here will go ahead and mine in order to make a turnaround point for the other shimmier. Yeah, who will mine the other way. Okay, and then we go ahead and build over the water pit here, of course. Or molten lava pit, whatever you want to call it. And then, I'm gonna go ahead and make him stay in place by making him block. Yeah, he will be released by the miner, who will use the builder staircase to continue. Okay, and then this one goes on ahead and platforms over the water pit here. He will just go on to the exit now. Yeah, and the blocker was placed at such a spot so that the miner tunnel is deep enough in order to have him turn around back to the right towards the exit. Okay, and then finally release the blocker by assigning him a walker skill, and that's it. So yes, the feedback I got here was that this is the more difficult of my R1. Because pretty much everyone agrees that the hard part is just figuring out how to get everyone down safely because of the fact that you don't have floaters or gliders. Yeah, but you do have sliders in order to get them down safely, in order to prepare the route for the others. But other than that feedback, I've also gotten some praise here, as I mentioned before, with the design here. And Dexter's tile sets are just really, really nice. Yeah, they're really, really great. And so, yes, a lot of people have taken to using the tile sets to make their own levels with. So, pretty awesome to be seeing that. And Route 110. Oh no! Another hardcore molten problem. Oh yes, and another thing I forgot to mention was that in the previous level, that was a remix track of the Rainbow Island music, for Lemmings 1. Yeah, I remember Icho using it for one of the past LDCs, and so I decided to use it for that one. Since the level titles are kind of a reference to the official Lemmings games themselves. Yeah, this one, of course, is a reference to Ohno more Lemmings, in a way. And here I use a different remix track. Yeah, this one is by SM1221's, or rather SM1221. Yeah, who released an Ohno track 5 remix. I thought, oh, it sounds so nice and soothing, I decided to use it for this one. So so you can pretty much say for my R1s, I used a remix of an official Lemmings track. So anyway, I'll go ahead and send up 3 climbers, and the first one would dig here. Yeah, the other two are a bit further away from the first one. Yeah, the whole point being is that you need some lemmings going out to the left here. And yes, this is a safe fall. Yeah, even when they're not digging to get lower. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and platform to get to the exit here. Okay, the one behind will build to get up here. And then platform up the water gap here. And then once he reaches the wall, we're gonna go ahead and bash. And this is how we're gonna release the crowd later on. And yes, this fire trap or this fissure trap is for background prevention, because here without it, you can just simply platform up here instead of down here. And then finally release the crowd by bashing, and that's it. So originally there was a flamethrower here in order to prevent the player from building to get too high, since you would just need one basher instead of two. And also the one-way arrows were originally just all pointing to the left, but after taking some feedback into consideration from Icho, where he kind of criticized the visual here a bit with the flamethrower, yeah, I decided, okay, yeah, I think I'll change that. So I decided to do this by splitting the one-way arrows into left and right. But other than that, yeah, this one also got some praise as well with the solution. Yeah, I know that Amani praised this part of the solution of releasing the crowd. Since it's not possible to release the crowd, you make one of them bash from the left, and so that's why you need help from the right side as well. Yeah, that's how you get rid of the pixel floor. Yeah, in order to release the crowd later on. Alrighty, so those were my R1s, and so we move on to my Route 2 now. Which is Route 24, kaywhyn's Organic National Park. Yeah, I decided to immortalize my name in the lower title. I don't know if it deserves that, but well. Quite honestly, I'm pretty bad when it comes to level titles. Yeah, this one has to go through a lot of background fixes, and you can probably tell from all the blue veins here, which is actually steel. And this is a design of the tile set itself for a potential Lemmings +7 pack for Namida. And yes, from the level tile, this is the Lemmings +7 organic tile set. Yeah, you saw another organic level by Crane. Yeah, for Route 2 here. And yeah, and it should be the Lemmings +7 dungeon tile set. Yeah, if I am not counting the Amani's and Icho's R2 levels, yeah, tile set's mistaken. But anyway, we set on one on ahead by making him build and then bashing with the next one in order to delay the others. Yeah, this turns one around where we will make him platform up the gap before the others arrive. Like so. Yeah, and then we're gonna go ahead and make him shimmy here, and then another one shimmy as well. Okay, fence to get up here, while the next one will simply bash on through. And the basher tunnel is the right height in order to allow shimmiers to go on through, yeah, without getting interrupted. Yeah, I believe it's 9 pixels high, but shimmiers need at least 8 pixels in order to shimmy, I believe. And then once the fencer gets through, we go ahead and make him shimmy. This one will go on to platform up the gap here. Yeah, and then he'll just proceed to the exit. And yeah, I should probably show the rest of the low here. Although you could have seen all of it from the preview itself. Oh yes, and another criteria that I forgot to mention, and that is, yeah, you also needed to use one of the 3 music tracks that Namida used for the 3 Lemmings +7 tile sets. Yeah, there were 3 choices of music, yeah, for each the 3 Lemmings +7 graphic sets. Yeah, this is the one I chose. Quite honestly, I don't remember where it's from, but I know that Namida lists the sources and everything. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and mine here. Yeah, and the miner placement is important because you need to chip off that pixel that was holding back the crowd. Yeah, which will be enough to get the others to the exit. So this level has become a bit more precise than I wanted it to, but well, sometimes that's the way it goes, especially when I decide to use other background fixes besides taking the easy way out and using one-way arrows. And the other problem is just the fact that the fencer and the minor tunnels have the exact same slope and angle, and so therefore it is very difficult to block one route while not blocking the other one. And originally I had a laser which prevented all of this from happening. Yeah, it was a lot easier with just a laser, but unfortunately, yeah, due to my stupidity, yeah, I totally forgot my own rule set here, because the laser is not allowed here for my route 2. So, whoops. I didn't even realize that until someone pointed it out to me, yeah, in a forums PM. So, yeah, my age is definitely showing here. My memory isn't as sharp as it used to be. And, you know, I'm only in my 30s, too. Well, in my late 30s, but, so I'm inching ever and ever closer to 40. So anyway, we move on to my Route 3 now. Which is Route 3-4. Quick lab rush. Yeah, and time limit of 1 minute here. And this uses the, Lemmings 3, Bow Lab set. And, yes, I recently did a Let's Play of Lemmings 3, or the Lemmings Chronicles, which is what it's known as in my region. Yeah, since I'm from North America. Yeah, everywhere else is known as All New World Lemmings, or informally Lemmings 3. I'm gonna go ahead and show off both solutions here. Yeah, this one was backrouted several times here, but I think I finally found a way to enforce what I intended. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and laser here. Yeah, and these one-way arrows are for backward prevention. So you just need to shoot at the point where the one-way arrows do not block the laser. And then here, I go ahead and make the second to last nubbing in the crowd here shimmy, and also the same thing with the last one. So 2 on will go on ahead. Yeah, they will all become sliders, or rather, I'm sorry, these 2 will become sliders, while this one will become a glider. So these 2 will go out to the left now, while this glider will take a bit of a detour. First one will fence, yeah, turn the other one around. We'll platform up this water gap here. So yes, the 2 lemmings that shimmy go over the top here. And there is a devious trap here in that assign those sliders too early and they will actually go out to the left and take this long walkway. And by the time they reach the bottom, you will run out of time before they can reach the exit. And so you have to be careful with that. So the answer is to have them go out to the right and then make them sliders. So that this happens. And you need to find the timing so that the platformer reaches out far enough in order to catch the sliders from above here. Yes, and this finishes with about 5 seconds remaining. And so let me go ahead and show the second solution here. It's more or less the same, just with a bit of a variation in how you do the beginning. So first one, as usual, was laser. Yeah, and then the last 2 will shimmy. Yeah, these will become sliders, and also this is a glider. Yeah, this one just involves you having the first one turn around, and then while the one behind him fences instead. And yes, he finishes just in the nick of time before the glider catches up and turns around. Although I think if he does turn around, I think he won't fall into the water. So it doesn't really matter, but yeah, this just happens to work out perfectly timing-wise. Yeah, and then as usual, these become sliders. And I think it just plays out a bit differently in that the platformer is essentially done, while before the platformer just reaches out far enough to catch them. I think that's really the only difference there. And then, yeah, this one finishes a little bit earlier, so about a second faster. Alrighty, so those were all my contest levels, and so with that, these are all the LDC number 32 contest levels. And so with this, there is about 3 days left before the end of the playing phase, and then after that we will start the voting, and which will probably start sometime this weekend, I believe. Yeah, just whenever Icho is able to set up and all that. And so with all the LDC 32 levels being covered, I hope you enjoy all these videos. Yeah, and you've been following since the beginning, and I'll see you guys all around. Yeah, for future projects of mine, whether it's more LPs of custom Lemmings level packs, more non-Lemmings content for my YouTube channel, or even updates for my upcoming level pack, Lemmings Memories. Which, quite honestly, I haven't really done anything with that in quite some time now. I haven't made new levels for it since December 2024, but I think I'm more or less ready to like come back and start making levels for it again. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be picking it up pretty soon. And so yeah, with that, have a great day, everyone, and see you guys all around.